Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. As always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I am also triple good.
That's wonderful. Little tidbit about what's going to happen this episode. You guys might not realize it, but we're going to talk about this little movie that came out recently. It's called Mazinger Z.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's today's episode. Actually, it's called Mazinger Z Infinity.
Oh my God, I can't pronounce that word.
You can't say infinity?
What? No.
Here, do it with me.
Fin.
Oh, I forgot to say the word. Infinity.
Okay.
Infinity.
Infantity.
Well, you know...
Infant titty.
Have you ever seen Toy Story?
No.
You've never seen Toy Story?
Only Toy Story 3.
Okay, have you seen Toy Story 3?
No.
I've seen... Do you know who Buzz Lightyear is?
I'm aware of it. Also, this is a really good segue for something I've been waiting to talk about all day with you.
All right, let's do it. I mean, let's segue it up. Anyways, like we said, we're going to be talking about Mazinger Z Infinity, which movie just came out. Trip, take it away.
All right, so check it out. This week in anime news, I don't know if it's anime news, but it's video game news. But it's like anime video. Long story short, everybody loves Disney. You've seen Toy Story. I've seen Toy Story. It's one of our favorite movies with Buzz Lightyear, who goes to infinity and elsewhere. But yeah, okay. Long story short, there is a super special game that's close to my heart.
Hold on. Is this more Monster Hunter World shit?
Some could argue yes, but I'm going to argue no. I like that you bring up Monster Hunter because it involves a very pivotal word, monster. Okay. We're talking a little bit about Kingdom Hearts 3.
I was so fucking lost. Okay, anyway.
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 3. New trailer came out this week. Holy shit, I'm so fucking excited. This is like a pretty anime-ass game. You know, it's got some Final Fantasy shit going on in it. It's got some Disney shit going on. It's got some, like, even more bizarre own shit. Like, I don't know. I don't want to get into the details of that, but they released a new trailer and we already knew that Toy Story was going to be in this and everyone's fucking excited. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, Toy Story. We got more shit for that. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, Toy Story. Then they were like, yo, we already know you guys like it. Tangle's in this. And I'm like, yeah, man, Tangled for sure is in this. And then Rapunzel's going around smashing people with her giant hair. And then her boy, Finn, I think his name's Finn. Flynn?
No, it's like,
Flynn?
I don't know.
I think it's Flynn. I think I fucked that up. So Flynn's going around with a fucking frying pan, smashing nerds in the face. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. But boom. Hey, you remember that thing that I said earlier when you were like, hey, Monster Hunter? And I was like, go fuck yourself. Monster Hunter could suck my dick. Kingdom Hearts 3. Monsters, Inc.
Oh, Monsters,
Holy shit. I fucking lost it, dude. Because apparently there have been leaks about this, but I'm like, I'm not paying attention to Kingdom Hearts until it comes out. And then they released a trailer and I was like, this is all I care about right now. They turn into monsters, man. You ever want to see Donald and Goofy as monsters? Now you fucking can.
I feel like I saw some screenshots of this. I feel like some nerdy people were probably bragging about, like, talking about this in school. And I was just like, cool.
For sure, dude. So I was fucking hyped about that. We got Sully, we got Mike, we got Boo. They're sliding around. They're having fun. They're blowing shit up. It's going to be great. I'm so stoked.
Okay,
Sora looks like a goddamn monster. Oh, man.
Okay, Mike or Sully?
That's like really hard.
Mike or Sully?
That's super hard because...
Mike or Sully?
Mike.
Nice. Mike or Buzz Lightyear?
Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Infinity and Beyond, huh?
Infinity and Elsewhere can suck my dang.
Wow, that's rough. Anyways, I'm happy that you got more stuff and things announced for a video game I'll never play. When is this coming out?
Who knows?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, they've been jerking us off for like 30 years. The game came out, the Kingdom Hearts 2 came out when I was just a boy. I think I was in like junior high or something like that.
So, like a couple years ago.
It's been like 13 years maybe, give or take. Goddamn game comes out. It's amazing. I decide that I'm going to play it. And then I played it. And then I was like, that game was fucking amazing. Because I'd already played 1 at that point. It was fucking great. So I play all of 2. Winnie the Pooh makes me cry. And I'm like, holy shit, how did Winnie the Pooh make me cry? But it's okay. And then I beat the game. And I'm like, this game was fucking awesome. And I was like, nah. You know, I'm going to 100% the game. And that was when I first started getting into like 100% completing shit. I was like, oh my God, totally worth it. Fucking incredible. The ending was phenomenal. And then nothing happened. At the end, when you won 100% games, it shows you a little like special video.
Yeah.
And it showed you one, and we were like, holy shit, this is going to be amazing. And there was a game that came out for the PSP like too long after we saw the trailer for it. So everyone was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And then nothing really happened. Nobody cared. They re-released it for PlayStation. It's okay. I don't know. Birth by Sleep.
Winnie the Pooh. Did you know that's a girl?
Winnie is a girl.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You fucking with me right now?
No, I swear to God, Winnie the Pooh's a girl.
But his voice,
yeah, I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh's a girl. I think Piglet's a dude.
Piglet, Piglet's supposed to be a dude.
Yeah, I always thought Piglet was a girl. Winnie's a dude. I mean, Winnie's a chick.
Kang is a girl.
No, Kang is she's a hermaphrodite. That's different.
wait. Kang is a hermaphrodite?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Why?
I don't know. I didn't fucking write Winnie the Pooh.
Is Winnie the Pooh?
Are you gonna Google it?
I'm Googling.
It's
I don't
a girl.
give a shit. A boy or girl?
Okay.
Top result. Winnie the Pooh is not a boy. She is a girl.
Told you.
And she's from Canada, not England.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting fucking butt blasted here by 17, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, Winnie is named after a black bear from the London Zoo called Winnie.
Yep.
Real name Winnipeg, like Canada.
Yep.
Oh man, I feel like I just got fucking slammed.
And I think Tweety. I think Tweety's a girl.
Tweety's a girl?
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
I think so.
Tweety board.
Yeah, I think she's a girl.
I'm just doing.
Is Tweety
a boy or a girl? Well, it's time to find out. Answers.com lets us know that Tweety is a boy.
Yep, nailed it.
Yeah. His name is a lisped pronunciation of the name Sweetie or Sweetie Pie.
Tweety.
I learned something. Tweety.
Name any other like fictional character. I'll tell you if it's a boy or a girl.
All right. Jenny the robot.
Oh, good question. Hermaphrodite. No, I'm pretty sure it's a girl.
It's a robot.
Pretty sure it's a girl though.
Can you give a robot a gender?
Have you seen Mazinger Z Infinity?
I just did, actually.
Did you see the girly robots' boobs?
Just did, actually.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay,
Wow.
Anyways, let's just talk about some stuff real quick.
All right, I'm down.
So I've caught up with some things that I've been watching.
Okay, I want to know. Tell me them.
Just caught up with Boruto, Black Clover,
like it.
right?
I like
Obviously. I have been slacking super hard on watching Overlord, but I'm gonna get back on that.
Son of a gun.
Have you kept up with it?
Hell yeah. You think I'm a little bitch baby? You think I'm a bitch baby boy? Well, first off, I am. Anybody that tells you otherwise is lying to you. Yeah. Second off, Overlord's dope, and of course I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yeah,
man.
no, I've been busy with school, but I really want to get into watching Overlord.
Yeah.
Let's see. We watched the Cloverfield Paradox recently.
Yeah, we did.
Here's what I thought. So
all right, spoilers first off, just in case. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it, it's out on Netflix. They didn't announce it. Super Bowl happened, and they were like, "Hey, by the way, there's a new fucking. It's out after the Super Bowl. Just go watch it."
Here are my thoughts. I don't think the movie's that great. It's not like amazing or anything.
Oh yeah, of course. I agree with you there.
I feel like some things were just kind of. I just felt like it was filled with a bunch of tropes, and they didn't make me care about really any of the characters.
Nah, I was kind of bummed about that.
I still think my favorite Cloverfield movie is the second one, and then it probably goes the first and the third.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I think they kind of the whole how the fucking what happens in this movie kind of they shoehorned it to this is affecting everything in the whole universe, or whatever.
And it kind of explains some shit. So sure, whatever.
And then Kyle was watching with us, and he talked about his great disdain for the multiverses as a plot point. And what's funny, we were watching Mazinger Z, and it's multiverse,
right? I was like, again, because there are only a couple of things that do multiverses correctly, and probably the best example would be Rick and Morty. Because it's a comedy show, so they realize that anything that happens doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I think that's
one of the only appropriate ways to do it. Otherwise, like Kyle says, it's a really easy plot device.
Sometimes comic book stories do it pretty well, in my opinion. Not all the time.
In fun ways, where there's mashups between different. Yeah,
they're holy shit, it's Old Man Logan and regular Logan. What?
Yeah, so that's fun, but that's not going to be oh man, this is amazing, and like it's crazy that this is something. No, that's never how I feel about it.
Yeah, so I watched that, which was pretty cool. Sears out of town, so I had to move her mattress that was delivered today.
Man,
you know that mattresses fit in boxes?
Yeah,
it came in a box.
Yeah, and then it just kind of like. Whoop.
Oh, it blew my mind. I was like, look at the size. This can't be that heavy. Oh, it was heavy.
Yeah, people don't want to fuck around with mattresses. No.
Nuts. So yeah, doing that, I'm kind of getting piled on with some homework and stuff. But we made time to watch some animes and do this. Also,
what else you watched?
Also watched all of Hell's Kitchen, the last season.
Okay, so you watched all the last season of Hell's Kitchen?
It finished airing in like the beginning of February. So I just like, cool, it's on demand and it's on Hulu. I was like, I'll just watch all of it.
Yeah.
It was an all-star season. I don't think they brought back old competitors. I don't think the person that won deserves to win. But then again, like, I'm not a fucking chef. I didn't eat any of their food. But yeah, I always like that show. I'm a real fan of Gordon Ramsay. I just love him fucking yelling at people, freaking out over like uncooked fucking rice or whatever, or overcooked fucking salmon. It's great.
So I like Gordon Ramsay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger and Hell's Kitchen would air, like when it first came on, it was my fucking jam. It's all that I wanted to watch. It was fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. And as I got older, I'm like, it's fine. Like, I get it. I have a big problem with the editing and all the sound effects and stuff. It just annoys me. I'm like, I like seeing them yell at people. That's fun, and it's fun. Anyways, then the internet happened, and they were like, yeah, Gordon Ramsay's not an asshole at all. And I was like, okay,
it's definitely
let's fucking see how
persona he has to put on.
Yeah, it totally is for that. And it's also the editing that allows us to like believe he's this like big daunting guy. But then you see him in the UK's version of Kitchen Nightmares, and you're like, oh man, this is like the nicest guy of all time, and he's insanely helpful. Yeah. And people have pride issues, and that's the only issue.
Absolutely.
But in the United States version, it's like people throw fits and it's just a goddamn mess, and like he screams at everyone. No. It's like, whoa, this is not like
he can be a nice
helpful.
Guy. I used to also really like MasterChef. He was doing he still does it, but I kind of dropped off. But I like him as the cool man. He's not just a screaming maniac. I do like that he's a screaming maniac.
Yeah. And, fuck yeah.
What I don't like about the show is how misleading the edit is when it comes to like next time on Hell's Kitchen, and they'll show you something and like, oh my, and they're like, the unbelievable thing happens is a sabotage, like all like they'll hype shit up super bad, and like when
it's like, holy shit, you burnt that, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. And then when the episode finally airs and like it's like, oh my god, it's like, dude, something insane is gonna happen, and it's just like, oh, that thing that they hyped up happened, and then 2 seconds later, people brush it off like, fucking assholes, don't lie to me.
That's the way it always is, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking TV for you.
Okay, what about you, man? What's good with you?
Yeah, man, I've been keeping up with a lot of anime. I'm pretty upset, though. I haven't found enough time. Oh, God, I'm fucking upset. I'm getting boosted right now. I haven't found enough time to watch that much of a place further than the universe.
What? Is it because you're watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood like you're supposed to?
I am watching that. I'm also watching Overlord, Junji Ito. That's the fucking one. Junji Ito collection. I'm watching Kokoku. Yeah, Kokoku.
How's it?
I like it a lot. It got so fucking cool so quick.
How many episodes are you in?
5.
Cool. Okay, yeah.
Like, episode 3, shit started getting pretty cool. Episode 4, I was like, oh, fuck this show. This is so cool. Like, it fucking hooked me. The outro still bothers me a lot.
But the intro, though.
The intro's fucking rad. And I love the song for the outro, so I found it on Spotify.
Nice.
I was like, oh, man.
I just talked to a buddy who got finished watching fucking, what's it called? Kakegurui. Yeah, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, we're going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, the intro and outro, and he goes like, oh my god, they suck. I was like, yeah, he was on my side.
Yeah.
But he said the intro song is fucking fire. Intro song to Kakegurui, fire. The outro, fucking trash.
Yeah, Kakegurui needs to get their shit together with that.
Yeah, need to sex it up. More sex.
And yeah, I know, I totally see where you're coming from with the whole like intro not being that great.
Yeah, but you agree. You agree. Good, cool.
Yeah.
What else you got, homie?
I just like the art style. So yeah, I've watched After the Rain, fucking liking that. I'm watching Laid Back Camp. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Darling in the Franxx. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's getting fucking awesome. I feel like I'm watching something else. Black Clover. Yeah. Nice. Fucking loving that. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah, also.
I'm having a good time. Dude, you should probably watch Kokoku.
I'll check it out, yeah. I wanted to. I'll check it out. 100 Thieves went 0-2 this week. There was their easiest fucking match. They lost to FlyQuest and they lost to Golden Guardians. And I was pretty disappointed.
Sucks.
Yeah,
sucks,
hey man.
Suck, man.
When your team loses, all you can do is be there to support them.
It's true. For those of you that don't know, 100 Thieves is League of Legends esports like big team, and Juan doesn't play League of Legends for some reason. He was just like 100 Thieves till I die, and now he's
I'm their number one fan
till he dies.
It's cool, man. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, dude, that's rad as fuck. So yeah, that's pretty much anime news anime. What's good for me? I want to watch fucking more anime, like all the time. I'm just like, I need more anime.
Yeah, let's get it in you, dog.
Just jam it up in me.
Just bend over, put it right in you.
I just want more anime. It's so fun. Okay, so this week, my good friend Sam, shout outs to Sam, he got Crunchyroll again. And he hasn't had it in like a few months.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. But he goes hard on anime when he has it. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because he goes too hard. He's like, I gotta stop.
Maybe he realized he had a problem.
So he brought it back and he was like, guys, what shows should I watch? So I like threw out a few names there. And I was like, or, just watch Eureka 7 again because that show's fucking amazing. And you won't want to watch anything else. And he's like, I already watched it 3 times. And like, it hasn't even been like half a year since he's watched it for the first time. Whoa. I'm like, holy shit. This guy goes hard. And I've seen it a lot too. And honestly, like, I'm kind of jealous.
I wish Sam could do that for me.
You're going to have a fucking good time with it. I'm like, I don't even doubt it for a second.
All right, man. All right. You want to get to news?
Yeah, I would love to. So this week is a little bit like last week.
Yeah, editor's note. Here's a little fucking asterisk. We also did not look this up, so we're just gonna do it off the top of the dome. We're doing it live. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
So let's get into the news.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. Dragon Ball Supercast has finished its last recording session. What? Okay, so Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Super are all different things that are all the same.
I just like the way you did it because like they don't go in that order.
They don't. Also, there's Dragon Ball GT. That's the one. That's and one. There's
Dragon Ball Kai.
Yep. And Budokai, is that one?
Budokai's a video game. They're really good in my opinion.
All right.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 4.
Long story short, in the Dragon Ball multiverse, there is
it's not. They're all it's almost the same shit. It is essentially they progressively add to it. So it's Dragon Ball, the first, right? Yeah. Dragon Ball Z is the next one. And then there's just like fucking different sagas within them. And then eventually Dragon Ball Z GT came out, which people essentially fucking
they were like,
trash.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, and then the most recent Dragon Ball Z Super.
Dragon Ball Z Super.
Have you seen any of it?
Yeah.
No, you fucking haven't.
Okay, first off, yes, I have. Second off, I haven't enjoyed any of it, and that's my thing.
Dude, fuck you. No, what have you seen by them?
I have seen episodes.
How many? 2?
Probably like 10.
No, I don't fucking believe you.
Between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z Super.
Oh, fuck no.
That's what I asked. That's what I
asked. I'm sorry. I haven't seen any of that, and there's a reason for that, and it's because I don't like Dragon Ball. No, it's like my bad.
What's funny is I was talking to somebody, he's like, hey man, he was trying to, like, where's a good place to start for Dragon Balls? I was like, just don't. And he goes, why? I'm like, because they don't hold up. The fucking original ones, the pacing just all off.
It's complete nostalgia at this point.
Visually, it's bad. Like, I love it, and that's because I have nostalgia for it. But I've tried going back to watching it. It hurts. It literally hurts to watch it.
Dude, no, I totally get you. I think Trigun is one of the best shows I've ever seen, and it's old. It's hard. Yeah. Yeah,
no, so I told him, like, look, man, just watch Dragon Ball Z Super. He's like, yeah, but I don't really know anybody. I'm like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Because you're starting from blank, essentially. It's just the same characters. They get introduced along the way. And guess what, man? Do you know who Goku is? Yes. Like, that's fucking half the battle right there.
You just got it.
Do you know what Dragon Balls are? It's like, that's half the battle right there. Just fucking watch it. And it's going to look good because it's coming out now. It's recent. It's fresh. I'm like, just watch that. And he goes like, all right, I'll watch it. And now I get fucking messages from all the time like, dude, episode whatever, when this happened. Like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. It's 3 a.m. Like,
shut up. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't even watch this show.
No, I mean, I've watched some of it. Yeah. But I'm not caught up to the most recent one. And that's my bad because I do like it. It's cool that they've done recording. That means that they're either like the season's over or the series is done and maybe they're time for a break. I mean, Bulma passed away most recently. So, it's good for these guys to take a break every now and then,
Yeah, dude, I feel you.
Cool. What else you got?
All right. So next up, probably like one of the cooler things right now, the Winter Olympics is going on. I don't know if you saw this. Yeah. I don't think we talked about it on.
No, but we just talked about it.
We literally just talked about this. And a few days ago, I guess now it'd be like a week ago when the episode comes out. They were doing the ice skating. I don't know if you've heard of a little show called Yuri on Ice.
I have.
Oh, wow. Cool. So the Japanese team performed.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not fucking with
you, dude. Did they perform the song Making couples. History? The intro song? You know the intro song?
I know that. I can't remember what it was specifically.
Want to make history.
It's good. You got your Panic at the Disco, you got your Japan, and there's that, I guess.
The Japanic Disco.
I like it.
The Japanic at the Disco.
I like it.
I like it a lot, too. That's cool. I'm going to have to look into that.
It was fucking cool. And, like, I don't know how they scored. The people that were narrating it, or commentating or whatever, they were... I could tell you right off the bat, the first two little sections, they didn't do that well. The third one, they were like, I don't know, maybe they did it well, and the judges had to decide. And then the last 6 or 8 or whatever, they fucking nailed it. Yeah. And they were like, oh wow, they did this thing. That's crazy that they're doing this. And I'm like, I watched the show.
I know what happens.
I'm a loser.
What's funny about that is that you and I were talking about, I don't like the Winter Olympics. I think they're stupid. I just don't think they're fun to watch, except for the one most amazing sport out of all the sports.
Oh, yeah.
Curling.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Curling anime, let's do it.
That being said, there's some other things that are really cool, but I don't want to sit around watching the in-between times.
There's nothing cool about the Winter Olympics.
Okay, did you see the world's longest ski jump?
Oh my god, I could not give a fucking shit about the world's...
It looks like he's just flying. It was fucking incredible. He goes down this fucking slope, and then he shoots up, but he leans forward. He's essentially just sandwiching himself as he goes forward as a crazy, I don't know. It looks like a fucking stealth bomber jet or something, and he's just flying out there. And I don't know, man. It looks like he's just hovering. It's weird. It's awesome.
It's no Yuri on Ice. What's next?
Okay, so next up, sad news. The Bleach animator Hiroki Takagi passed away this last week. So
moment of silence. All right, you will be missed, man. That sucks. I never got into Bleach, but I know people love it, and that's a bummer, man. When someone passes away.
Yeah, it's a big shame. So
what else we got?
We're going to Australia.
Yeah, we're going down under?
We are going down under. You and I are going to fly to Australia. It's going to be our first international trip together.
Fuck you. The only place I ever want to go to is Japan, and you don't want to go there with me. But you want to go to Australia?
The Melbourne Symphony Orchestra announced a concert of Studio Ghibli music conducted by Joe Hisaishi.
How do you say Melbourne?
Melbourne?
You say Melbourne? Oh, okay.
Is it Melbourne?
I thought I listened to a lot of people. This is an argument that I hear.
Yeah.
So some people say Melbourne. Some people say Melbourne. Melbourne. I don't know. I'm just curious. That being said, no, I'm not going with you.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna go and we're gonna check out some
because that's
Joe
not fair.
Stuff.
I want to go to Japan, and you refuse to go to Japan with me. But
I'll go fucking Japan. We just got to learn Japanese together, and that's a lot of work.
No, it's not. They sell a little fucking device that you translate instantly for you.
So I'm like, thank you, and it goes konnichiwa, and I'm like, fucking
you
device.
Know that's wrong,
yeah. I'm like, stop it.
One ramen, please. It's sumimasen. And I was like, oh, damn it, no, this is wrong.
It's just me being excuse me.
It's what are you doing, device?
What the fuck's up with this? And I'm just like, hello, how are you? And it's Koso. I'm like, oh, why are you swearing at people? Stop it.
Pop Team Epic. What are you doing? Then you're broken, device.
Oh man, that sucks. We're born to make history. So why are you doing this? Why the fuck are you doing this? I'm just trying to eat my ramen.
There's plenty of devices we don't need to learn Japanese.
All right.
We just have to be more respectful than Logan Paul when we go to Japan, and that's not that hard.
Okay, first off, that's really hard. He has a lot of money, and he could do lots of cool... He had a translator with him. I was fucking jealous of that. I'm like, you piece of shit.
And he had a translator there with him, and he was still a fucking monster in Japan. He did horrible things. All we gotta do is look, man, I don't speak Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stick to the touristy things, because that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm trying my best not to be disrespectful.
Also, as big boys, we're not going to do that well there.
For a second, I was like, as adults? You mean because of our size? Okay,
yeah.
Because everything's small.
Yeah. So we're going to be crouching down in places, and we won't be able to fit in seats and stuff.
That's fine, dog. We'll never lose each other. We'll just turn. Oh, there you are. We'll never. It's I can't lost trip. Oh, there he is. Where? Right there.
He's the non-Asian one that's towering above everyone.
He's playing Godzilla right there. He's right there.
I was like, hello.
How you doing? Excuse me. Pardon me. Anyways, what else you got? You got anything else?
Yeah, I got some cool shit. Probably. I don't know. Fuck you. So they have announced the official titles of the new Fooly Cooly things.
Ooh, okay.
Which are
Fooly Cooly 2 and 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Fooly Cooly Season 2 is going to be Fooly Cooly Progressive.
Ooh, okay.
And Fooly Cooly Season 3 is going to be Fooly Cooly Alternative.
Okay.
These are different genres of rock.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. So, progressive, alternative.
Yeah.
Emo core.
Oh, yeah.
Grunge.
I'm very excited for the grunge season. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as a 90s kids would understand, Yeah. Only 90s kids would understand that, but that's fine.
What's the kind of rock that I like, I guess? The type of rock I like is
butt rock.
All right, keep going. You nailed it. You fucking got me. So you're fucking roasted. I can't do anything. Can't come back to that. No, time out. No, I'm done. You beat me.
That's the Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm done. You beat me to it. You made fun of me so hard I can't even come back. You made fun of me so good.
That was me just saying stupid. Okay, first off, I like saying butt. Second off, I like saying rock. So I just had to say it wasn't even about you.
No, you've done too much. Keep going.
First off, I just want to publicly apologize
to all the butt rock people out there.
So this is kind of interesting. Devilman Crybaby. We've talked about this on the show a little bit. Mm-hmm. The staff has come out and said that
they're sorry.
Anime being a Netflix original doesn't translate to better compensation for individual creators.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Why do you think so? Why do you think that? I'm not saying I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure why this happens, considering Netflix
has
is
money,
kind of a platform where people go if their project's not working out somewhere else for some reason or another, and everybody, at least everyone that I know that watches anime and that knows about this whole studio situation, everybody was really looking forward to Netflix being able to give creators more control and being able to give them more money for it, because anime is a very underpaid industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are a couple of really good studios, and the fact that Netflix isn't able to give people more money based on the work that they put in.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Man, I was fucking bummed.
That being said, that's a good example. I just found out that the Cloverfield Paradox movie, right?
Yeah.
So that was done independently. It was done by Bad Robot, the movie. They produced it or whatever. So that wasn't ever intended to be a Netflix original, but Netflix bought it out for $50 million. Here, we'll give you this. And they bought it, and
that's kind of what happens. Yeah.
And to their misfortune, the movie wasn't all that great. I don't think it's worth $50 million, in my opinion,
I agree, but here's the thing about that. They advertised it really well. Mm-hmm. People would like to see it after all the awards and stuff that 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I'm not saying that they're not going to watch it. What I'm saying is that if Netflix has that money to drop on the movie that is not bulletproof, not even close to being bulletproof, how can you not make sure that people who do an amazing show like Devilman Crybaby don't get paid out the way they're supposed to? That's what's upsetting.
Yeah, that's true. So check it out. Netflix is actually post-paid. Mm-hmm. So it sometimes it takes time to reflect that. So if with Cloverfield, that's a whole different situation where they were here's all the money, we get the rights.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
This is more so make a show for us, we'll pay you.
Yeah.
So this is more like DVD sales where after the fact they're bringing money in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
kind of weird. So I don't know. And then the company that made this movie or this show, they're no longer a subcontractor of the partnership with Netflix.
That's a bummer because they were great.
That was a really, really cool looking animation, and it was great.
I liked it.
It was done by great people and everything, but that kind of sucks. I mean, now we have Production IG and Bones, so let's just hope that works out well.
Well, that's just it's just the issue there is we know that Production IG, and is that what it was? Is it Production IG?
Yeah.
Production IG and Bones. We know they got great shit.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
we know they can provide. The thing is, can Netflix make sure they get compensated appropriately or adequately?
Yeah.
Because this other studio, they were smaller. They don't have as much stuff out there, and it's kind of a bummer that we're going to lose. I think very talented, staff.
So here are the things that come we don't have a labor union for the anime studios or anything like that. So it's very difficult to get the correct kind of compensation for the work that they give. However, if you have one individual who's a particularly great animator, because there's so many different people involved in animation and everything, where you have the people that are doing the frames in between, the in-betweeners and whatnot. then you have somebody who's animating like the crazy fight scenes, like the insane exaggerated faces and whatnot. Those people are going to get paid more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if there were labor unions, it would prevent that from happening. Which
they can balance things out. No, that's the point of a union. The point of a union is that everybody gets their no one gets abused and everybody gets heard. Not doesn't mean everybody gets paid the same. That just makes it everything is fair essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And so since they don't unionize, well,
it's more difficult. Yeah, because the compensation for that person that does the amazing animation, it might be too much.
Mm-hmm. And it could be. We don't know how much it is, but
we don't know.
But like, I mean, also, I'm not saying that they don't deserve to make that much money.
Oh yeah.
But like the people who also like are doing the in betweens, which is lesser work essentially. I mean, like not as important work. Yeah. It's entry level work essentially. That's what, what I'm trying to say. It's like not like
it's not super difficult because you're like you have everything to go off of. You don't have to do anything major.
Yeah, your job isn't to be like to make sure this scene's amazing. Your job is hey, I already did all the work, do all the in between stuff. And just fucking grind through it. Yeah, it sucks because like they're working hard and just if not harder sometimes, and they don't get compensated. That sucks. Hey man, it's a bummer. Hope Netflix figures this shit out because I don't think it's really cool, especially as like for Netflix trying to do the right thing. I don't know. Maybe, at the end of the day, I guess it just proves that everything's a fucking business. Yeah, right?
I mean it really is, and it's such a bummer, but that's the way the news goes.
That's the way the news goes. You got anything
else? Yeah, just one last little thing, which I don't know how we all feel about this.
Can I guess?
You could try.
Citrus has been okayed for 3 more seasons.
You're like not that far off.
2 seasons?
So there's a little show called Sisters All You Need.
Oh my god, no. What happened? It got banned in China. It's the only show allowed to be seen in China.
So there has been an unbroadcasted scene in episode 9.
No. We gotta find it, Trip. We have to. We have to see it.
And it's going to be available on the second Blu-ray box.
Oh, I'm not buying it. Fuck that. I'll wait for Reddit. This is bullshit. I thought it was like it was leaked to the internet. It's out there. You got to find it. It's like, did you hear about this fucking this scene? This has happened a while. I think it's Toei Animation does Naruto or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it was a scene that was considered.
It's it's not Peridot, but it's like
I thought it was Toei.
Pierrot,
right? Pierrot.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Pierrot does it. So
I know anime boys.
Okay, so a couple weeks back, I think maybe it's like a month ago. Again, somebody had some staff member had to apologize because he accidentally released an animation that was a little too sexual of Naruto and Hinata or whatever. Ooh. And there was like, I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, hold on.
I'm looking this shit up immediately.
Because people realize because people make that fan stuff all the time.
Oh,
Deviant art is just like a fucking pit hole for like people drawing all these perverted scenes or whatever sometimes. That being said, some of their artwork's really good, so I don't want to take away from the fact that they're not good artists, but there's let's put these characters in compromising positions. Anyways, so I'm used to that being a thing, but I was like, wait, hold on. You're telling me a staff member, like a legit animator on like the show, he made one and it got out there.
So this is a whole different deal.
And I was like, I'm like, I gotta find out about this, and I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. But I couldn't. I looked hard, didn't find it. But apparently, because he had to come out and apologize or whatever, and took it down. Apparently, people were like, it's like literally just like Hinata and like Naruto hugging or something like that, and there's like. And it's like
censor it now. What the fuck?
Apparently, people were just overreacting over like how like sexualizing quotations it was. Anyways, but again, I didn't see it, so I don't know. I can't justify for myself how sexy it was.
I'm sure it was the hottest, and I'm very sorry that you didn't get to see that drop.
I'm just itching to just check it out. I'm just, oh my god, but I can't. Well, okay, here's the one thing I didn't want to say. That was a while back. One thing I didn't want to say is Btooom.
I know Btooom. Okay, yeah.
The survival anime that's based off the survival manga.
Yes, sir.
And had a mobile game. Survival mobile game. Btoom's manga is finally coming to an end. And they just announced that the next whatever chapter is going to be their final one. And it's going to have 2 endings actually. Yeah.
How's that work out?
So it's going to be, so the way it ends
that sounds so cool.
Yeah. So the way it's going to end is like, so depending on what you want so I guess there's a cliffhanger.
Oh, this is a choose your own adventure?
Choose your own adventure,
Are
dog.
you fucking with me?
No, I swear to God.
Okay. Man.
So the way it ends is like, I guess there's a cliffhanger. Just like, so now you have to pick what you think the main character's choice would do. Like, and so one is more of a light happy ending, and the other one's like a darker ending, right? And so depending on which one you want, you buy that one and you read it.
So
how cool is that?
That's like the coolest shit of all time. Like, I don't know if you've heard this argument people make a lot. They're like, Disney should release a movie where it's one's from the bad guy's perspective and the other one's from the good guy. Yeah. And I'm like, that was so fucking cool. That was so goddamn cool. Yeah. Where it's just like, I'm trying to do this for this important thing. It's like the same movie. And then the good guy's like, no, go fuck yourself. And then the good one's just like, I can't believe this guy's gonna ruin the whole world. And it's like, gotta go fuck with him.
I always thought that was a good idea. I always wanted to write this story where it was like two people at war, but like different sides.
Yeah.
And you didn't know who they were fighting with, essentially. But then at the very end, you're like, oh, fuck, the conflicts between the both of them. Dude, war is just a cyclical thing. Oh my God. But then fucking Disney took it, and now I can't watch it because it's fucking the new Coco film. God damn it.
Dude, Coco.
That's Pixar, actually. Anyways.
Well, I mean, Disney, Pixar, whatever. If you were to choose a movie that does the whole villain, good guy thing, what would it be?
Like, what style would it be?
No. Like, what thing out there do you want to see that of the most?
I don't want to do superheroes. I feel like that's too
superheroes is cliche and easy.
Yeah. Maybe, and I don't want to do like something too nuts. Like, I don't want to do Cowboys. That's whack.
You're more of like a Bug's Life kind of guy.
No, I'd want it to be like a crime syndicate kind of thing. Like a.
Oh, you want to see it all from like if you watched Seven or something?
Yeah. Psychopath side, and then like the detective side.
Yeah,
that'd be
like
cool.
Saw.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, pretty
right?
cool. Yeah, because I mean they give you little clips and little things about that, but it's like it'd be cool to see the other shit too.
Yeah, but like, and I wanted
you know what they've been watching, and that guy's really fucked up, and he's not a good guy. So I'm gonna teach him a lesson. Yeah, I think that'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Make the anime. Make that anime.
All right. I'll make that anime.
So Btooom's coming to an end.
We already kind of have that anime. That's what Death Note is.
Yeah.
Death Note's a fucking great show. That was smart.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if there was just like, we only get to see Light's perspective, and there was another one that's like, this is only L, and they come out like at the same time. That would be fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to watch two fucking shows? That would be weird. But if there was like, oh man, we're going to have this show, and then like the next season of anime, they're like, don't worry about it. We got season 2 right here, and it's actually just season 1, but from another perspective.
What if cool. Yeah, but what if you never? Okay, what if they did something like that? Like it was one season of this one show, right? And you're like, oh, it was a great show, and then the same studio announces the next season, their next show called something completely different.
Yeah,
and then just the very end, you find out that it's the same fucking universe.
I was just thinking the same thing. Where not only is it the same fucking universe,
it's like the same, like
it's like they had everything to do with that situation. Yeah. You just didn't know that they had all those pieces.
How cool would that be?
That would be pretty cool. And you're
That's
like,
a lot of work.
Man, I can't believe that they caused the Cloverfield monster to like jerk everyone off.
Time out. Okay, guys, we're gonna pause the podcast and we're gonna go write this story. Here we go.
All right, we're back.
It's horrible. It was so bad.
I am not going to release it to the public.
I'm never writing with Trip ever again.
I am going to
more
use
pink
it
hair anime
for
boob. That's all I ask
erotic
for.
Reasons.
It's
why
too
don't
sexy.
We get into our actual topic.
Yeah,
unless you got some like rad ass news.
No, that was it. That's all I had.
Yeah, that was cool though. Btooom.
Yeah. So now that I like reading things when they're done. So now that Btoom's done, I'm gonna power through it because
just slam that.
I don't
shit.
think they're gonna get a second season, honestly. But you know what? I think the ending idea is pretty interesting.
I'm stoked about that. That's
cool.
gonna be rad.
Okay, so this for this week's episode, we're talking about Mazinger Z Infinity, which is a movie that just came out. What's funny is it came out 2017, but like we got it here 2018 just because it takes a while for for stuff to get from Japan to the United States. Okay, from what I know of Mazinger, it's kind of like the classic what's it mech anime. It's actually like people always think, oh, Gundam. This is before Gundam. Like,
this is like old shit.
People credit like all like everything that you love about like mechs. And that being said, Trip and I aren't the hugest fans of mechs.
Speak for yourself.
I know you're not a big fan of mechs.
I like them when they're good.
Okay. Anyways, so anyways, all the things that you like about mechs, all the things that like are the tropes, essentially, almost all of them get pulled from Mazinger Z. Which is a way throwback. Actually, I don't know if you knew this, but I told you right earlier that the guy that wrote Mazinger Z, also wrote Devilman.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. In the character designs and whatnot, it all felt very Devilman-ish.
Kind of like the theology of it too, you know, like just like of fucking Mazinger, like it can be an angel, a god, or a demon. We don't know. Blah, blah, blah.
And I was just like, this guy really likes that shit.
Yeah. So, anyways,
thinking that in the theater.
So that's what Mazinger is. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know too much about him personally. I haven't, obviously read or watched his stuff just because they are way old, and we were just talking about how
we're young little babies. We don't have time for that.
We just talk about how it's hard to watch like old episodes of Dragon Ball Z. So like, imagine I was trying to sit there and watch like an old episode of Mazinger or try to watch an old episode of Astro Boy. It'd be painful.
It'd be hard. They don't have it like dubbed or anything. I don't think, right?
No, if it is dubbed, actually, there's a dubbed version of it because it was like brought to the United States in the 80s, and it was changed. The name was changed a little bit. Oh. And I was watching a video where the guys explaining like the differences between the show. They cut out a lot because it's American syndication, so there's like, oh, sexism, got to remove that, and they're like, oh, no more potty words, so they took out of those. Okay, so that's what Mazinger is. I can't say by any means that I'm a pro and know everything about them, but I do think it's cool. I do think like the designs of the older school stuff is nice. I just don't think it's worth me going back and trying to like power through something like that.
No. It's kind of difficult. Like, I don't know. If you've ever watched Speed Racer. It had a very similar vibe to Speed Racer.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, are we talking about the original animation from Mazinger?
Yes.
Yeah, but probably very similar to that. Here's one thing. So when I wanted to watch this, I was like, I'll check it out because I know it's like this show is a classic, right?
It is, yeah.
And they was kind of like prompted as like, hey man, it's your classic show, but it's 2018 now or whatever. Like it's
getting real.
It's that good animation. It's that reboot. It's that gritty stuff. So it's like, okay, cool, man. It looks like it might be like a cool place to hop on. Just like we recently watched the new Devilman Crybaby. I was just
man, it was fucking great because we had seen a lot of Devilman shit before, and I was never really that into it.
Yeah, it's all throwback stuff.
Essentially, like there were a couple of demons where I was like, oh man, very very nice, good shit.
And so I was like, maybe we could give this one a chance. And people have been calling it a reboot. And I guess the reason you would call that is because it's been a while since the last installation of a Mazinger property or whatever. Yeah. So, Trip, why don't you tell us what the story was of Mazinger Z?
All right. Well, humanity has kind of gone through some power issues, and then they wound up finding a new source of power, which is awesome because it's clean energy and the whole world can run off of it, and pretty much society advances like crazy.
What was it called too? Like it was like
photons.
It was photon, right? It's like PHOTON. I was like, I'm like, I think it's trying to be photon, but okay, so it's like photon power or whatever. Photon energy.
Essentially, yeah. I don't know. It felt like plasma energy in a way. Just the kind of way that they showed it. It was like blue light.
Yeah, it was
kind
pretty
of shit. Yeah. Anyways. So we have this new source of energy, and the world has never been better. Everyone is happy, and there's like world peace essentially, and they're making sure that everywhere has this energy, and that it's super nice, and just society advances like crazy
for sure,
technologically and like in actual social ways. So all this good shit's happening, and then suddenly it's just like, I just want to rule the world, and somehow this guy that's apparently dead is not dead, and he's gonna kill everyone.
His name's Dr. Hell, too.
His name is definitely Dr. Hell.
Yeah, so like in this installation of Mazinger, like the guy who is our main character from like the original shit, he's now grown up, he's older. He's a researcher now. He doesn't fight anymore. He's not like a mech driver anymore.
He doesn't have time for that shit. He's being a smart boy.
Essentially he beat the bad guys, and so this is like 10 years later or something like that, 20 years later. I don't know. It's later. It's future.
This chick is pregnant. She wasn't pregnant before, so that's exciting and new. This chick is also married, and then our main character boy, he's got some love interest, and it's like, ooh, hey, check it out, love interest, but also we're not going to get married or whatever.
For sure.
And realistically, we're not even going to be with each other or be romantic at all the whole fucking movie. So like whatever, but I'm still gonna, I don't know.
Okay, so all that being said, that's essentially the premise of the movie. Like things are going great, and then the evil bad guy shows up and starts destroying stuff, and then things aren't going great, and then I think our team has to come in and try to save the day.
True. I think it needs to be said that with all of these kinds of events that we've been going to, these are the Fathom events. They have little clips afterwards. They have clips beforehand, and there were a couple of interviews beforehand
this time.
It was essentially like, what is the message that you're trying to give with this movie? And he's like, message? This is just entertainment, man.
Yeah,
I think that rings really true with the plot.
Absolutely.
Considering it's just like, things are good, bad things. All right, cool. That's literally
Did you learn anything? Not really.
Learn nothing.
What's pretty funny though is about these Fathom events is like when they do the interviews, I always get a kick out of it because they'll ask them questions and these fucking guys are like the most boring dudes ever. They're like, Mr. Director, how excited were you to do a Mazinger program and fucking project? And he goes like, well, that was like one of the first things I ever drew, so it was, pretty excited to get behind it and do the thing. I was like, really? That's like, I was laughing. I was looking at you like, I'm like, why? How are they like?
I couldn't fucking. And the whole time, the guy looks like he's like slightly upset about everything. But that's just the way his face rests.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. I'm just like,
yeah, he just looks tired.
I think a lot of them just like, like there's a bit where they're all just sitting there watching like I think animation happening, and he's just like no emotions, like fucking just like deadpan.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh yeah,
he's like, yep, man, it's really cool to be on the team.
Fucking stoked about this robot shit. Let's fucking go.
The next guy they interviewed was a little more
he had
animated.
some emotion.
He moved a little bit more. He was like, hey, cool, whatever.
He was like,
robots.
Excuse me, message, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Well, this guy's hard. He didn't say that.
And then they interviewed Go whatever. I didn't remember his last name, but he's the guy that created this, and he also created Devilman. So here's a thing.
Oh, this is also made by Toei Animation, by the way. They've done Dragon Ball Z. They've done fucking One Piece. They make those big shows.
Yeah. So here's the thing about the show. It's a movie. So I liked it, and but I didn't like it for being like an amazing film.
I was entertained the whole goddamn time. Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it to people.
Yeah, like I was definitely laughing. And the thing is, if you going into this, like if you were a fan of Mazinger Z or whatever, you're gonna have a great time.
Probably, yeah.
But if you're like somebody like us who's like just came in there to watch it, I respect it for what it is. But the nostalgia on it is like laid on super thick.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of points where I was just like, I don't fucking get this. What's happening?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So so these Mazinger things or whatever, they're mechs that sometimes they find on the ground. They found this new one, right? And inside of it, they pop out this chick who's some AI chick. Yeah. And she's like naked and just like, I'm like, okay. My head is like, whoa, okay, maybe this movie is going to be a little more risque, And it's just like, no, it's super like kid friendly with some fights,
Yeah, which was weird because she is naked, but they don't show any like sexy body parts. They just show big old bopples without any nips. Yeah, and a little baby crotch boy without anything. I
don't think she had a belly button either.
No, she didn't. And that was the point where I was just like, oh, she's not human. Okay, yeah, she's synthetic in some way. And yeah, but my first reaction was like, this is a human. And it's like a magic human. And I'm like, wait, this is like a robot human? So like, I get it.
So again, this is XJ9 over here.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of issues with the show with the movie that were just like, it's not that it's bad. It's just like that they're really kind of corny and cheesy. Like the first big fight is pretty cool, and then he just kind of. This isn't their main character. This is like another guy who also happens to be like a big old like hero mech fighter. Yeah. He's fighting these guys off or whatever, and he's just naming everything he does has an attack name.
And okay, so I first start seeing that, I'm like, this is some classic shit. But when Gurren Lagann was making fun of it, I liked that because I think this shit's so dumb.
Exactly. So they're just like, like Chest Blaze and, Rocket Punch and Rocket Cutter and fucking Mazinger Kick. I was like, dude, you kicked, homie. Like, what are you doing? So
yeah, you fucking lost it at that kick.
Because I was just like, is it a special kick? I was like, no.
One point, it has like a blade on his leg.
One point, he was just like jump. He jumped and he announced he was going to jump. I was like, God, you. So
in one of my biggest gripes with this, I don't know how you felt with it, but since every single thing that he says is telegraphed, like he's telegraphing his jump and whatnot.
Why don't they stop him?
They don't dodge. They don't fucking react to anything. There's like, oh no, he's going to shoot me. Why is he shooting me?
Do the thing. Do the things. Tell me what attack you're going to do.
All right. What was Rust Storm?
No, we'll get there in a sec. Do another one because I'm sure that.
Breast burner.
Okay, I'm gonna move to the left.
All right, there you go.
I'm gonna avoid your chest because that's where the attack comes from. Check this out.
Fist rocket.
I'm gonna fly up.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay. I got one. I'm just gonna fucking throw my back at you.
Okay, I'll throw my back at you.
All right. Well, this is pretty good. I'm gonna shoot like a laser.
I will shoot my laser fist at you.
Shit. Well, you beat me.
Fucking Rochambeau, homie. It's like, it's absurd because like he has these moves, but other mechs that he's fighting also have similar moves. Like one of the guys throws a boomerang, he catches his boomerang, and then he throws his own boomerang. He's like, fuck you, my boomerang's just better than yours.
Like, excuse me, can you stop throwing boomerangs right now and start just fucking doing something?
Yeah, so like the fights were fun. I feel like sometimes they did some cool stuff. But for the most part, I'm like, dude, I'm really sick of these attack moves. It's like, it's very reminiscent of like old school, like comic books where just like, now I'm going to use my fucking telekinesis and scramble your brain. Boop, 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 boop. You know, it's something like that.
So back to the whole like this is just entertainment thing.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay, good. At least he's being honest because that's pretty much all it is. But then the other guy is just like, they asked, what are the highlights? And I'm like, well, without spoiling anything, I think that the highlights are the dynamics of this relationship and really seeing. And I'm like, okay, well, he just said it was entertainment.
And
like
he's the director,
he's the one that knows what's going on. I don't know why you're trying to give like a deep answer. Meanwhile, I'm watching the fucking movie and the highlight that he was talking about, the relationships between people, didn't fucking matter. They didn't focus on people at all. They were just all right, we have to make sure to show off all these important characters from the show that you used to like.
Absolutely, yeah.
And none of them really fucking matter. In fact, like 3 of them don't do shit that all have like their own settings.
The one, I don't know. The one bit that I really didn't like also was like the guy was talking about like, so what new characters are we going to see? So they're like, we had this new character and she's got like short hair and it's to fucking go against our other main character who has long hair, so just in case you get confused who they are.
I was just like, oh, so the one with blue hair that's got a very specific thing, and the one with long hair who's just like kind of around sometimes. She's the love interest.
She also
for some
says
reason.
This bit where he's just like, the main character girl, that's in quotations love interest. She goes like, yeah, she's kind of grown out of her tomboy-ish, tendencies. There's like tendencies, like it's like he's like, oh, those are tomboy tendencies. Calm down.
Just don't even fucking worry about that. She's a woman now. She's a lady.
Yeah. So our main character also has like, and again, this fucking romantic involvement with this other character. And there's this bit where she's just like, she's walking with some chick and she's just like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, how are you guys doing? Like, we're not doing very well. And like, she whispers something. A lot of whispering in this movie. And then she goes, breakup? What do you mean breakup? And he's just like, well,
okay, I just whispered it. Chill the fuck out. And also like, this is the first part where I was fucking losing it.
And he's like breakup. I was like, like he doesn't seem to find much interest in me. And like like they're dating essentially, right? They're like, but they're not like. But he hasn't asked her to marry. They have seen like essentially there's been like no sexual stuff going on. Yeah. That's what she says pretty blatantly. And then the dude shows up, has this new robot chick. She's instantly jelly of this new robot chick, whatever. And she knows the issue with it. The robot chick's calling him master. And then there's a bunch of conversations happening at the same time, like 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are like 2. It would have been easy enough to put on the screen.
Yeah, it was. Oh man!
So when those conversations are going on, we're just paying attention to one of them, and then it's like, oh man, we're focused on this other conversation for literally one line, and then we're back to the other one. And they didn't want to put in the subtitles for all of it. I don't know what the fuck was wrong, but the thing that fucking made me lose it is that when she said like, oh yeah, we're just having some problems, it's like, well, what's wrong? And she's just like, it's nothing. And it's just like, okay, so you're gonna go ahead and be like, yeah, we're gonna break up. Why are you gonna break up?
No reason.
Like, None really.
Just cause.
No reason. Just
he's not doing his civil duties.
I fucking lost it. I'm like, fucking excuse me. You better give me a goddamn reason when you break up with me.
Here's another thing. The character that seemed to show the most emotion was the robot chick.
Oh yeah.
She was just like
she cried like multiple times. All the time.
At one point she
invested
cried
in like everything.
At one point she cried and she was just like, "Don't call me a stupid robot." I was like, "Come on, bitch, what are you doing?" She felt the joy of ramen.
Who didn't?
She had this weird heart to heart with our main character. Well, she's on the beach for 2 seconds and then she has this weird heart. He's like, hey, can I talk to you about, this other chick or whatever? You've been doing your dudes? Because I think, he goes like, if we're going to die, you might as well do this thing, I've heard called marriage and, maybe start something in the microcosm people call a family, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like I was fucking losing it during ham-fisted,
I was like, oh my God, you guys didn't take that delicately at all, did you?
And then there's a super awkward moment where it's just like the 2 main characters with the love interest or whatever. Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, when I'm done with this battle, I have to ask you something. There's something I got to ask you. And then she's blushing. Hold on. Before that, this bitch walks in and she's looking pretty, right? She's like dressed up and she's
a hot toddy.
He turns over like, hey, and she goes, stop. What are you staring at or whatever?
She's like,
Excuse me.
Like everything that happened in this movie that I was upset because there was a lot of it and I was just like, whatever, it's just dumb robot stuff.
It's just entertainment, cool.
Yeah. And then there was other stuff where I'm like, how is this entertaining? This is just fucking absurd.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry, you don't usually look this pretty. And she's just like, why would you say that or whatever?
Yeah.
So we're gonna spoil this because fuck you,
Yeah. Well, I also kind of want to say.
Okay, hold on. Which one, do you want to talk about the hurricane rust before we get into spoilers?
No. Okay, so there's just this little part that I fucking couldn't handle where I don't remember specifically what happened, but our main character guy, who's been like the one kind of in charge with the robot chick's handling everything, but he's also the one who's doing the business. Somebody like tells him to do something and he does it. He's like, I'm not doing it because you told me to.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, like, what is this weird tsundere shit coming from our main character boy?
No, like, here's a really good bit. He goes to this place and he's like, oh my God. He goes like, it's like, they're like, it's cool, man. You have triple S security clearance. You're good.
Shit. And then fucking, I couldn't handle it. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
So he says your triple S security clearance. You're fine. And then this bitch falls out the robot and he goes like, he just catches it. He's like, put the security clearance up to 4 S's. Like it's just like,
yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. And first off, she's like, don't worry, the security, nobody can get in here. It's just like you and the family that like is in charge of literally everything. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we gotta bump the security
to 1 more S.
And it's like, so okay, so him. Only you? Like, what the fuck's the point? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Other people can't even be in there. Okay, man.
And then, my second, like, that was fucking hilarious. And they did something like a little bit later. They were like, oh, it's at 102% or something like that. Right. And I was like, are you fucking kidding?
She was just like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's like, she said it. Put the power up to 102%. I was like, what?
Okay, so why do you have a limit if you could break that limit? Like, what the fuck is wrong
Bring
with
you?
Bring
it to 300%. Like, what? It only goes to 100.
Yeah, why don't you just keep it at fucking 50% if that's all you need and then bump it up just a tiny little bit if you need more? No big fucking deal. But then later on, they were like, oh my God, it's at like 9,602%. I'm like, you fucking with me right now? You fucking with me.
How funny would it be if she goes, go put it to 102%, and like the people are just like at the keyboards and looking at each other like, did this bitch say 102%? Does she know how percents work? And like it's like, he's just like, don't worry about it. He pushes the console like to 100, then he gets a little marker and like squeaks it. It's a 2 right next to it.
I fucking got this.
We're good.
Yeah, and that's essentially that's like the joke from This Is Spinal Tap where they pump it up to 11.
Yeah, crank it up to 11.
So it's like it doesn't actually go to 11, but we always put it at 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So this bitch always asks for more power than there's possible. Like, we got you. Don't worry about it, miss. It's all good.
No, I like so here's one thing I did like. So because it's like an older, an older show or an older series that they're bringing into, they did a good job, I feel, of like keeping true to like their designs or whatever. Because there's characters in this world who kind of have like unrealistic proportions. Like this guy named Boss has like a really weird jaw.
Imagine
like Popeye.
Imagine like Guts, man.
Exactly. He's got like, this weird jaw.
He's got funky.
He's got one closed eye, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm the boss. I make ramen."
Also, probably the best character in the movie.
Oh yeah, no.
Like he was my favorite character.
Apparently, he was like his family owns like a robot company also, and in the original series, like him and this main character were rivals, even though it was more like one-sided rivalry, or whatever.
Yeah.
So him and his gang had more unrealistic proportions. There's a character that was like he was in charge of I guess like the Navy. He was like a captain in in a white suit. I really liked his design.
I did too, and then his voice made me laugh like instantly.
What did his voice sound like to you?
It sounded way too high. He looks like this gruff fucking sailor. He's ripped his shit, covered in like
sexy as fuck.
Yeah, he's got like nice tones, and he's got fucking hair all over his chin and on his arms. He looks like really brutal.
His hat was tilted a little bit, so it looked like one of his eyes was like in the shadow, so we didn't know if there was like an eye patch. So he looked like really dark and gritty, mysterious, and then it's just like, we have to fight them. Like, dude,
like it wasn't that bad, but it was very similar to it. Where I'm like, I could have done a better job at this motherfucker's voice.
But they definitely pay attention to characters. Like even the main character and his brother and like his buddy, like they all had similar like hairstyles and stuff.
Yeah, they look pretty similar. But like
the chick that was pregnant, she had like a woman's hair, but it was also anime kind of like
Yeah, it was like swooshed. What I like about this is you could take like a normal hairstyle and be like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, what if
What
and
if
then
he
like
swooshed it? Yeah.
they just take like a hand, cover it in gel, and they smash it on the forehead and just flip it up in the air.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're good.
Yeah,
all right, good job.
So I like that. I thought I liked that part of it. There's also mechs that were obviously doing more an homage to older mechs, because these mechs looked really silly at points. So like some of them had like, you know, they were little kids' toys or like triple heads.
This was like Transformers kind of looking bullshit, or like it reminded me a lot of G.I. Joe at a couple of points where they were just like, here are these faceless robot enemies.
Apparently the designer for these mechs was a designer of one of like the OG like Gundam shows or whatever. So it's like,
okay,
so he was like, yeah, I'll take care of it. So I like some of them. I didn't like others. There's also these, you know, other side characters, like one character who was half guy, half girl. She that's legit. Like that's canon. He literally is half guy, half girl. There's another character who's at a floating head and a body that follows him.
Yep.
And they had their mechs that look kind of like them, and I thought, oh, cool, good for them or whatever.
Sure.
Should we? Okay, and here's the one I want to talk about this because like,
all right, let's do it.
Let's talk about Rust Hurricane.
So
here's my issue, because so there's this big battle or whatever, and he's going left and right. He's trying to save the day, and he's just fucking.
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing all these things. You know,
he's getting fucked up a couple of times.
You know what I thought? I thought they were gonna slow down with naming every single move, but they did not. They were
they still had to name it. Like, how else do you know what's going on?
He said it.
I also really liked how the villains were like, "This is my special move."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
so
man.
What's funny is he was like, I was thinking maybe he's just announcing it and like the bad guys can't hear it. No, it's like definitely it's definitely being like, you know, signaled out there because other people hear it. Anyways, so he's fighting the bad guys, right? And he finally gets them together, like stuck together with like a fucking some sort of spike thing, a pick thing.
Yeah.
And they're all there in one little ball. And then he does his new attack, which we haven't heard yet. He goes Rust Hurricane, and Manzinger's like, I think out of his mouth or his chest, like this dust comes out, envelops them, and then they go all squiggly, and then they dissolve and disappear. And I was like, wait, hold on. You have the power. One of your attacks, Rust Hurricane, is some sort of mist that covers metal objects and just dissolves them and kills them. I was like, yeah. Why haven't you been using that?
Like, you know, that earlier you were flying over a horde of fucking
metal things.
Yeah. Why didn't you just, like, I don't know, give them a little cloud to, you know, rest in
little fucking, you know,
RIPs.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, this fucking guy. I was like, is he really the best fucking pilot they got?
Well, it turns out that he is, and that's fucking pathetic. All right, so
we're gonna spoil it. Here we go. Here's a spoiler. Spoilers, guys. Go away. If you want to watch this, go for it. I don't think you have to, unless you're a huge fan of Manzinger.
Yeah, only see this if you're a Manzinger fan, pretty much.
I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy it because, like, you know, it's kind of nostalgic. It's kind of cheesy, and they got all your old characters in there that you like so much. But if you're like some new guy, like, I mean, I guess newer people to anime, like us, we've been in it for a while. You definitely don't know who these guys are. I don't think it's worth watching.
This is definitely for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a fan, check it out. If you're not, I mean, just skip over this one. So here it is.
So Dr. Hell comes in here and he's just like, all right, so you killed my lackeys. Time for me to kill you.
Yeah.
And then they're duking it out and they're giving some hard dukes. It's like pretty comparable.
Dude, he's duking hard.
Yeah, the dukes are out of control. But you know what? Don't worry about it. Our main character's got this because he has backup suddenly because he's been like putting it off. As soon as he killed the lackeys, he was like, "We did it!" And then Dr. Hell's like, "No, you didn't." Dr. Hell comes in, starts shooting his hell storms and his hell blades and his hell boomerang.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Everything with hell lightning.
I was like, "Wow, this guy's got catchy names."
This part made me laugh though because you know, he's essentially buying time for his buddy, his brother, who's saving his other friend.
Main
and then we look
doing
he's
that.
like, "I got him, man." He's like, and we say, "Wait, hold on. How did Dr. Hell not fucking notice another giant robot shit?"
Right? And not only that, there's been so many fucking opportunities during all of this movie
to see him,
to tell us about this.
Yeah,
we didn't know about this. This just happened, which fucking made me lose it because I'm like, and he's like, "We did it. We're all good." It's like, excuse me.
Where
so we're having
a
fight, and then it's just like, "Don't worry, everything's fine. You guys did exactly what you're supposed to do, and the whole story's over." And I was just like, "Excuse me," but then Dr. Hell's like, "Joke's on you, bitch. I can destroy everything." Yeah, and then he just did suddenly.
Yeah, he essentially he gets into the position where his other buddy was for the Infinities thing, and he's trying to turn on this, what, Gorgon or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Which is like this omni superpower, multidimensional thing that's gonna just destroy everything. And then fucking main character gets sucked into this weird like this nowhere dimension where it's just like the girl was saying like, everything's seen here, but nothing's seen here, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, don't touch that. She touches a box that says love on it. And then he's transported to some dimension where it's him and this chick that are the love interest, and they're married. And the girl that is like the synthetic AI or whatever robot chick is their daughter. And it's just like, what? And then he just has flashbacks.
The thing that I liked about this is the animation changed to more of a romance anime. Yeah,
absolutely. And then,
which was cool.
And then it was like the fucking, he had flashbacks of like growing up with this, like raising this daughter.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck was that? He was like, that's just some dimension, like where in that dimension, I'm your daughter. And did you like it? He's just like, I don't know. And he's just like, okay, cool. I'm hacking the system. And I was laughing because I was just like telling you, like, she's hacking the system to get into the Mazinger, to this fucking thing, to the Infinity thing, to give him power, to like send power his way. And she's using like this ancient looking typewriter as opposed to like, you know, a keypad.
Yeah.
And then like, so he gives them all the power and then they're fighting. Now she's the size of Mazinger Infinity and, you know, they blast each other and he's like, oh my God, there's not enough strength or whatever. And he's just like, and eventually they do the fucking Goku fucking trope. There's like, you know, lend me your spirit energy. And they start open portals all over the world. People start shooting their fucking photon power through. They start turning off the lights. Like, I did good. I turned off the lights.
Some Pokemon the first movie shit too.
Yeah, and they gave him enough energy, and he blew the fucking shit. He did fucking one rocket punch and sent Dr. Hell into space, and it blew up.
Here's something that I was fucking losing it the whole time. As Lisa, our AI chick, as she's in this dimension collecting everyone's like power,
their photon energy,
she's swinging around her stupid little staff collecting it, but her clothes are ripping, and I'm like, bitch, you're a fucking fake AI thing in a fake dimension where you could look like anything you want, but for some reason you're just like, my clothes are ripping right now.
I needed that visual representation, dog. I needed to know
she's like kind of scratched up. It's like, dude, she could be struggling, but like, why is she showing that in her light form? Like, she's just fucking light.
Anyways, Dr. Hell's defeated. The guy goes to the hospital. His love interest shows up. And this is the most, I'm like, come on, bring it home. Really fucking bring it home, you know? And she collapses on him, not even like hugging him, just like on his lap. And he's just like, hey, I got that question to ask you if you're ready to hear it. And everybody he knows is in the room, and they're all just like all grinning.
Like, all right, let's fucking hear this question.
They all know. They're like, oh yeah, it's like it's about time. You know, it's been about, you know. And she's just like, he's blushing, she's blushing. He's like, will you have a child with me? And she just slaps the shit out of him.
Smacks him, and I'm like, and then everyone's laughing. They're like, oh my God. She's like, how could you say something so embarrassing? All these people. And it's just like, domestic violence is fucking great.
Speaking
Love that
of domestic
shit, bro.
violence.
Oh shit.
Oh, here we go. I can't believe I missed this.
Shit.
And so the girl that's pregnant,
this is exactly. I was surprised you didn't bring this up.
I forgot this. So the girl that has this, because I lost my shit. The girl that's pregnant in the movie, whose husband is the guy that was trapped in the first battle and is now trapped. And they're using him essentially as a key to turn on the big Mazinger Infinity.
Yeah, baby girl.
Her plot is to sneak onto one of these fucking robots and go out and save her husband, but she can't because she's pregnant. So she gets arrested, right? And she gets sent to the prison. And there's a moment where she's just reminiscing about like them. So she remembers like, you know, okay, so it was like them talking about like living not in like a mansion, more like a humble place, you know, where you know your neighbors and you know shops or whatever. And then she has like flashbacks to like, the first flashback's like them like racing on the beach, and the second flashback, I swear to God, is him slapping her in the face. It's just him just like reeling back and giving this bitch 1-4, like Bob, right? And then the next one after that, they're just dancing samba, you know?
Yeah, they're just like ole, and
then,
like holy shit.
And then she's like, she comes to you and she's in the fucking cell, and then her friend comes and opens the door, like, what were you thinking? Blah, 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 all this stuff, and I'm just like, okay, so I mean, obviously, there's like, you know, there's history with these two characters or whatever. But like subtly just adding the fact, they've gone through some like,
oh my God, because like
domestic violence isn't a joke, by the way. It's like not it's not a funny thing, but like,
but it's fucking hilarious to just show up out from nowhere and be like, excuse me, dude, where did you get this idea from? Yeah, why is this here?
You know, or like, why would that, like, it was not subtly done at all, you know, like, build up to that, you know, do something for like, they look like they're like not like, you know, happy with each other, like, you know, but it was like, you know, do things where like
ha ha ha
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. It could have been like, it could have been like, you know, like a bruise or something. You know, maybe him grabbing her too hard. But no, it was legitimately.
I guarantee you, this was from the show.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I guarantee it.
No, without a doubt.
But man, without any context, as somebody who doesn't know shit about this, it was hilarious. It was one of the most surprising things.
Like it was up there for like a split second, and then I just kind of like looked at me, he's like, did he just slap the shit out of her?
He fucking did. And I was just like,
she's just sitting there. She's just sitting there,
swooning over him. She's this bitch.
She's like, oh my god, I miss my husband so much. She's like, oh, the time he slapped the shit out of me.
Domestic violence isn't funny though.
No,
but goddamn it, it's fucking hilarious when you fuck around with it like this.
It was really well. I mean, it was really poorly handled. So yeah, that's the bit that really cracked me up. Anyways, so he asks the stupid question, will you have a kid with me? She slaps him, ha ha ha. And then the next thing we know, they're like outside of a church. There's wedding bells. And then we see Lisa in the little kid form, you know, walking, and she's humming. I'm assuming the Mazinger theme song.
I assumed that too. It was hard to tell. She's like,
yeah.
It's not even like humming. It's like breathy.
Yeah,
like,
it was kind of, I was like, come on, man, just fucking credits. Fucking, let's go to credits.
Yeah. And how did you feel about the intro? Because this movie had a little intro.
The intro song?
The intro sequence, like all of it.
Oh, the Mazinger. It's like they're scanning through the Mazinger, you know?
Like they were also showing like weird little clips where everyone's goofing off, and it's like,
oh, maybe I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like it was like a really shitty intro to a show.
Here's the bit.
It was just like, hey, remember over the years all these fun things that happened during Mazinger? You love it. Eat this shit up, you little fucker.
Here's the bit that really got me. There's a song that was playing, and I was just like, why? Like it was.
Oh my god! Really, it was during the credits. And
no, it was also before the credits. Like it was actually in the anime. And I was like,
well, I think that was the intro song.
Was it? Oh, yeah. I'm like, this is throwing me off. I'm just like, where the fuck do I know this song from?
No, it's just Tarzan.
And I was just like, I know I've heard this before in some sort of Disney thing. I couldn't think about it. And then at the very end, I was like, oh, it's like a bootleg version of the Tarzan song. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like fucking, oh yeah, I'll be in your arms. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. So it's exactly like
it fucking was. And it was like cracking me up.
What are they doing?
And I know it wasn't intentional for them to do that, but man, it was.
Well, we
do
that.
Exactly
well, we fucking when we want to, because we're talking about theme songs. We're just like, hey, how does this sound? We want something that sounds similar to this, whatever. But this sounded really similar. It was like it instantly took me. I was like, wait, what am I watching now?
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I don't have much more to say about this, honestly. I think I said more than I wanted to. I would like to say that you had mentioned the designs of all the robots and whatnot. They're essentially just like really shitty looking monsters. Yeah. But the colors are what made me laugh more than anything. It's like, okay, so we got this like yellow and purple motherfucker, and this one's like green and red with some like yellow rockets. And it was fucking weird.
I think it's just an homage to like the Mazinger
brand. Absolutely.
Because like even like the rockets they were shooting were like, why are the rockets blue and yellow? Like, this, it's like, it's just this. Oh, also, by the way, fucking Nissan and was it what computer was it? The one with the V?
I don't remember. It's the weird looking one. Yeah, it's the gooey looking one.
Every time they chat a chance, like, oh, there's a car. Oh, it's a Nissan. Yeah. Like, oh, shit's getting fucked up. Like, oh, we see it through Nissan dealership.
It's a Nissan though.
They were like,
it's fine.
Because purposely sometimes animators will be like, well, they'll use a show.
Yeah.
They'll do this. I mean, they'll use a product, but then change it a little bit. It's like, no, this was
McDonald's. This was Nissan.
Nissan for sure. And then at the end, it's like, we like to think Nissan. I was like, oh man, Mazinger, you fucking sellout.
Well, hey man, Nissan really hooked us up with a good movie.
Sure did. Anyways, so yeah, that was the thing. Again, if you're a fan of Mazinger, like if you're like an older person or whatever, and this is something you grew up with, check it out. You might really enjoy it.
I don't think that it's inherently bad.
No, it's not bad.
The animation is like clean. There weren't any scenes where it hung on to it too long. The worst part about this is the pacing and how little focus we get on each character. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But it's just a big old fan service thing.
But I can imagine that. Speaking of fan service, I can imagine. I can imagine that there probably wasn't that much character development or great pacing in the older ones. So it's just like they took this and they're like, oh, this is for the fans, and they did a good job. Yeah. Sadly, we're not fans, so it's like, oh, cool, and we can just kind of poke at the things that we think, oh, it's not too great. They also fan service wise, they had these chicks that the Mazinger girls or whatever. There's 4 of them, and they're like, it's time for the photo shoot. Massive tits, like big old butts. Yep. Weird tattoos.
They did this weird little dance and they rubbed their butts around each other, and it's just man, the sound effect was weird.
Yeah, and then they also did a thing where they showed up in their Mazinger things.
Yeah, they show up in their big old mechs.
Canon, dog. They're actually in the actual show. There's Mazinger girls.
I bet.
Yeah. So again, If you're a fan of this thing, you probably enjoy it. If you've never heard of Mazinger,
that's fine.
Honestly, don't go out and watch this.
Here's the thing with it. It's like everyone knows what Astro Boy is. Yeah. And the reason for that is it's one of the first popular anime or manga.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking knows that, and that's great. But like, this is one that was really popular, but it was popular after, like, it didn't do anything pivotal, really.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like the first big mech show.
And it was like the first big mech show, and then the next big mech show was Gundam, and they're like, cool, we like this one. And then Gundam ran with it.
Yeah, because so Gundam was more popular, and they just did things better, and yeah.
And that being said about Astro Boy, like, Astro Boy was the first, he's a robot dude or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he had his anime. And then he also had an anime reboot later. Like, it was
like a 3D animation.
Yeah, but he had his own show, and then he had his own movie. So it's like he's been around. Like, he keeps getting redone.
And I mean, we even have that in like Western culture too, with like Richie Rich and shit.
Absolutely. So it's not surprising that if you don't know who Mazinger is, don't feel bad.
No sweat.
I mean, just know that it's a classic and that it's there for its reason. If you
tell people you watched it on Laserdisc.
Yeah, you probably won't like it, honestly. Like, I mean, I didn't love it. It wasn't bad though. But you know what? If you really want to like get into, you want to know what Mazinger is, yeah, check this out. Because I'd rather you watch this. You'd probably get more fun out of this than watching the first episode 1 of Mazinger season 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, the animation isn't that bad. The 2D's fine, and there's some 3D and it doesn't bug me, so it's great.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's the show, right?
That absolutely is.
Cool, man. So if you like our logo, hit up aaronfromturbotops.com. Super dope to work with. Check out our Tumblr. Tell her we sent you. If you like our theme song, thank Tom Nasser for now, because we're probably going to get a new theme song, and Tom's probably not going to do it because he sucks.
Tom's going to do it.
Tom's going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you like a theme song, check out Tom Nasser. He's on SoundCloud and YouTube. It's Nasser NASR. Trip, where can we find us?
People can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you would like to find us on Instagram, we are the Instant Ramen Podcast. Shoot us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
I'll send it.
You could send us an email. Tell us about how many dicks you want us to suck.
Oh my God, don't do that.
Sierra, homework for you.
Shut up.
How many dicks would you like us to collectively suck? We can divvy it out amongst ourselves later. Instant Ramen Podcast at gmail.com.
Why do you don't take your job seriously?
I take my job very seriously. I just got my name tag today. It says assistant manager on it, so pretty big fucking D.
Anyways, what else?
Dude, you want to check us out? You can check us out like everywhere. We got a YouTube. We got a fucking blog spot. We got Twitch. We're on all that shit. We on it, boys. So cool, we'll have those links down below. If you're listening to this episode on the day that it was released, Juan and I are going on a little date.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Tuesday? Next day.
Yeah, Wednesday, man.
Well, if you do listen to the one day it's released, which would be Tuesday.
What?
If we release this tomorrow, which is Tuesday,
we're gonna release it on Wednesday.
Oh well, fuck! I don't fucking know.
Yeah, we've done that.
I'm not in charge of that.
A while.
That's your job.
Yeah, I know. It's Wednesdays.
Okay. Anyways,
middle of the week.
Okay, this is
to get you through. I love you. Bye.
This is bye from Juan.
This is bye from Juan.
Trip.
This is Trip's goodbye from Juan.
Trip, this is bye from Juan.
This is bye from Trip.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Hey, Trip, don't forget. Hey. Just add hot water. I hate me.
I hate you too.
I hate me so much.
I hate you also.
I'm fucking worst.
God, I'm just trying to get out of here.